Les,
do you want to ask Mark about his cat?
Meow.
We know that you covered the Bears Super Bowl.
All the media that were there all week long, they hated the Bears that were not from Chicago. They wanted to see New England win, and when the Patriots took a 3-0 lead,
No, Les, the Bears were America's team. What are you talking about?
No, they weren't. No, they weren't. Everybody,
sure they were. Yeah, they were.
Everybody, you weren't down there. I was.
he was not happy with you. Not happy.
I shut up.
You buckled.
I did, man. People were watching on Twitch. I mean, I put my hands over my face and I just shut up. I'd say maybe like once every few weeks or so, that happens with Les and I.
But he doesn't hold any grudges, and the beauty of
never.
it is...
It's like a knockout. Like, he knocked me out with that. Like, his passion was like at a 12. Mine was probably up there, like a 6 or so, but that's about as high as I can get with something that happened 35 years ago. He was at a 12. So I took the TKO, man. I mean, I am bruised right now. Like, I'm going to feel that one in the morning.
Everybody, you weren't down there. I was.
Like I said, in the afternoon show, especially Bernsey, they're in love with Sabermetrics and all this other crap. And even Adam is, too, for some strange reason. I can't stand it. How about the statistic WAR? Most people have any clue what that is unless they were an algebra or a trigonometry major? I don't want to hear that crap. I mean, I heard them talking about it on a couple of the telecasts this past afternoon. Who cares about that stuff? Play baseball. Runs, hits, errors. I don't want to hear about this other garbage. Baseball lasted for years. I mean, it's something that Theo has brought to town here from Boston. It's something Billy Beane utilizes in Oakland. I mean, who cares about that stuff? It's ridiculous. 630, amen, Les. Baseball survived multiple strikes, gambling standards, and it can survive steroids and sabermetrics. Sabermetrics. Makes me want to barf. And if they like that in the afternoon show, God bless them. You got to be, I don't know, maybe a valedictorian from high school or something like that. Who knows?
Bananas. I love them.
From area code 630, my vote for bum of the year, Jeffrey Epstein for not hanging on to Joe Madden. Somebody said you said Jeffrey Epstein. You, of course, meant, well, I was just reading what the texter said. He said Jeffrey, but of course, needless to say, he meant Theo Epstein. 773, I think the caller meant Juan Epstein. You Juan Epstein from Welcome Back, Kotter. What did he refer to? So he was half Jewish and half Puerto Rican, so what did he call himself, a Jew-Rican? On the show with starring Gabriel Kaplan.
Oh, hell yeah.
Michael E. Brown, born June 5th, 1965. Professor of planetary astronomy at Caltech since 2003. He wrote a book, How I Killed Pluto and Why It Had It Coming, published in 2010. Because they discovered Eris, which supposedly is bigger than Pluto. What kind of nonsense is that? By the way, he is originally from Alabama. He is from Huntsville, Alabama.
Dumbass cracker.
Had to borrow that from Boris and Bernstein as well. Had to borrow that one. He's from Bama. What do you want? Supposedly there's other planets that he... there's so many here that he discovered and named and stuff like that. How do we know that this isn't all a big hoax anyway? Give me a break.
Everybody, you weren't down there. I was. The Bears are 5-6, and they have the tiebreaker because they beat Detroit in the first game. The Lions are 4-7. They are tied right now with Washington at that mark, and Atlanta, who the Bears have already beaten. They don't play Washington this year.
Chicken Little. Still got that on my mind right now. Are you a Looney Tunes guy, Robert?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, after that Bear game the other day, we opened the show with the Looney Tunes song to show how bad the Bears played against Green Bay.
Who is your favorite? Give me your top 3 Looney Tunes characters. Can you do that?
Well, I
3, 2.
kind of like Elmer Fudd. You screwy wabbit. Ha 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 ha.
All right, so that's 3. Who else?
Well, you got to like
Scooby
Granny.
Wabbit.
How could you not like Granny?
Granny. Like the Granny Wolf?
No, it's a person, a human being.
Takes care of
Granny
Tweety
would-
Bird.
Oh,
of course,
yeah. With the bun in her hair. and
I
the
thought I
little-
saw a
right.
putty tat. I did.
All right, Granny is 2. So Elmer Fudd, Granny. Granny. Okay.
Tweety,
And then
Sylvester,
Oh.
Supper and Fuckatash.
pretty good. That's pretty good, man. Yeah, he never did get that bird. Didn't he eat the bird a couple of times?
Yeah, but the dog came around and bailed the bird out.
That's true. Yeah, they had a little unspoken bond.
War.
Was
I
that?
don't like war in baseball, but I do like war when you got Tweety Bird and the dog battling with Sylvester. Oh, hell yeah.
Baseball is going to try to modify with experimental playing rules and equipment, including possibly robotic umpires, something I have been quite clear that I'm not a big fan of. Not a big fan of that at all. That's the way we look at that. It won't be a robot at home plate. It's going to be something computerized up in the press box, and it'll be run that way. The question I still have about that possibility is malfunctioning. They've had human beings doing all that stuff for years. You're still going to have a human being umpire there at home plate, calling balls and strikes, especially if, are they going to have calls of balls and strikes are safe and outdone by a computer up in the press box? That's something they are at least looking at. We shall see.
Now, Les, what if results return from the Atlantic League with tremendous success? Could you see, 2022, 2023, where Joe West and Angel Hernandez are replaced with an IBM computer?
No, you got to have human beings there still. You got to still have a human being there. What if you have a malfunction? You still got to have a human being there. You're still going to have people doing it. If you try to just turn the whole thing into automation, it's going to turn into a farce, in my opinion. What do you think?
Oh, gosh.
You got to think about it. You don't have a set answer.
It's tough. I agree with you. You need an
It's not
umpire.
tough at all. Just let the guys make the calls. They've been doing this for 1 billion years. Let them keep doing it. They're the best in the business. Are they perfect? No. They're going to make mistakes. But I don't care what anybody says. They say, you got the equipment, you got all this. No, those things can break down and make mistakes too. 708, Les, what if the Russians hack the strike zone system? Laughing out loud. That's Sean from West Lawn. Sean, I'm glad you put the LOL in there. Yeah, they're going to think the Russians are there, and they're going to say, "Do spidanya, you're out of the game."
Oh, you're saying collusion, potential collusion.
That's what the texter says. And then the 206 guy says, what if the Russians hack the robot umpires? That's right. Another person says, Les does not understand technology. I bet I understand it as much as you do. I know plenty about technology. Believe me. We had technology cost us to not have the text screen on yesterday's show, which is why we delayed for 24 hours the Bum of the Week balloting. I know exactly what you're talking about here.
Bananas. I love them. Let's go south down to Effingham, down along Interstate 57. Hello, Dave. Good morning.
Good morning, Les. Great show. I want to talk about the new effing quarterback that we got, this epileptic, and why we would go with an epileptic hiring.
Dave, thanks for calling in. Dump him. He calls in all the time, and he keeps bringing up irrelevant comments and trying to act like he is a big-time medical person. Dave, do me a favor, lose the number. Please. And he has a different name and a different town that he's from every time he does that. So much for that. 312-644-6767. Let me bring in our buddy Mark Grody, who's going to be sitting in for David Haw today on the Mully and Haw show. So Mark will be on with Mike Mulligan. Mark, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, Les. What is all of this Arlington Heights Bears stuff? It sounds like you're printing up AH hats already.
People keep coming up with what are they going to call them? And the answer is they're going to be the Chicago Bears. Period. Let me again repeat. You have two teams in New Jersey. Do they call themselves the Meadowlands Giants and Jets or the New Jersey Giants? No, they're the New York Giants.
Well, what if
New
that's
York
one of the
Jets.
parts of the deal? What if
It
Arlington
won't
Heights says
be.
the only way you can come here is if we
won't
put that
be. They can't.
AH on the hat?
Mark, the NFL will never allow that to happen.
Oh, you don't think
It's
the NFL
all a
would allow it?
marketing thing. Do you think that they're going to... What's on the side of the Bears' helmets?
Well, there's a C right now, but I'm just saying maybe they
They're
could
not going to be called the Arlington Heights Bears. People
You're-
have to understand that. Anybody who thinks otherwise. Now, you sometimes like to come on here and just kind of make waves, whatever. I get what you're doing. Don't buy into it, Mark. It's not going to happen.
No. I'm not saying that they would put the AH, but just maybe like
They're not going to
on
change the name
jerseys,
either.
like just on the jerseys, maybe like on the sleeve.
It's not going to happen.
okay.
Trust me.
All right. What else has been going on, Les? How are you, man?
Real good. How was your week off?
Oh, I went to Memphis, man. I went to Memphis, Tennessee for the first time in my life. And
I thought you were going to Nashville.
Excuse me, Nashville. Why did I say Memphis?
Everybody, you weren't down there. I was.
What fruit or vegetable would you take with the number one pick
I
on the
always
board?
want to get my potassium. I love bananas. I love the flavor of them. I love banana shakes, banana smoothies. I love bananas. And the first place at the store we ever go to, whether Kathy and I are shopping, whether I'm taking her great dad shopping, is the produce department. And bananas, I love them.
Happy
so if we're doing
birthday.
a draft, I'm going to grab that right off the bat.
Happy birthday to the father-in-law, by the way. I saw the pictures.
By the way, Willie just celebrated on Sunday his 92nd birthday. I was with him this past day. The guy's incredible. I hope I live close to the age that he is living at, and I hope I have anywhere near close to the energy that this man has.
I'm going to go with avocado. Les, what do you think about the avocado?
It's a high-selling fruit, no question about that. And again, they're good in smoothies. They're good to use in different things.
Yeah, toast.
Toast?
I bet you hate that, Les, right? Putting avocado on a toast? That can't be something that
I'm not going to put it on toast, but
Yeah.
I'm going to have it separately.
You put butter and jam on toast. That's it, right?
Butter and jam on bread, if it's toast, I love that.
Oh, yeah.
And jam is good, but I like jelly. What I don't like about jam is it's got the seeds in there, and it can kind of drive you a little crazy.
I think that's the preserves.
My favorite, right, exactly.
The preserves,
I love
yeah.
grape jelly. Give me a peanut butter and grape jelly sandwich, then I'm very happy.
What you got, Parco?
I'm going to make my pick in a second. I had follow-up questions on,
okay.
on
No
bananas, if you don't mind.
No, please.
You're blitzing through.
Yeah.
I didn't even tell you that you were on the clock.
No.
Well, how do you know that I wasn't picking second?
Well, no, but I'm just always worried, too, that I go in my rabbit hole with Grobber, and then we leave you out, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is Danny's thing.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
You and Les together, I'm your guest.
Okay.
You come to me whenever you want.
We do go down some interesting routes, don't we, Les?
We've had a few. We've had a few over the years, and the fact that you went to the same school as my son Scott, Illinois State,
That's
you're
right.
ISU guys, and you have that in common as well.
Amen.
Les, when you look for a banana in a store like Austin Harvest, because again we're trying to raise money to build a permanent structure for that mart, do you go for like a green banana that you can age into, or do you go for one that you're going to eat right away?
If it's dark and it's aged a little bit, I'm going to use that to make smoothies or shakes. And I love making banana shakes. And again, I've been allergic to chocolate, unfortunately, for a long, long time. But I will tell you, the green ones, you take a whole bunch of those, maybe about 4 or 5 of them together in a bunch. They'll last longer. You can sit them on the counter, and they'll be good for a few days. If they start to darken a little bit, I will use those to make a shake or a smoothie.
I mean, that's the way it works. Right? You get them green, you wait a couple
I get the same. That's how I handle my bananas too.
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
Right. They last longer.
So
I like all kinds of those produces per se, but I just love bananas. I have loved it since
I
I'm
didn't
a kid,
know about this.
and I still do now.
This is interesting. Of all the I knew you hate chocolate.
I don't hate it. I love it. It doesn't love me.
Oh, right. And you hate alcohol.
And like these are like Les does not drink, never has, never will, right?
Don't smoke either.
Don't smoke, right? What do you do? So and now you throw
that
this
leaves only one other kind of vice, really, right?
Ooh, so you do
cocaine?
drugs. Yeah, cocaine.
Never mind, we're not going to go there.
Okay, we're not going to talk about your
family
cocaine
show.
habit. Right?
I know it's at this hour, but this is a very,
we'll
very
talk about your
show.
cocaine habit another time. Danny.
My bad.
Like I said, I don't do drugs.
No, of course. Sorry.
no.
I stopped listening for like 45 seconds. I forgot.
Look at it this way, Danny.
I
We're taking
forgot
up.
that we were
You
raising
still
money
have
for
a lot of
kids.
time to go here, so we're basically taking off some of that time.
Well,